is committed to making a difference in our communities. We're committed to you.
Thanks for coming back and joining us for the second part of Troy University's Community Connection. I absolutely love having on our seasoned staff members to talk about how much they love Troy, how much fun they have, and let people know what we can do. So having Charlotte last time on the last segment was just a joy.
And the success of Crestview.
Absolutely. Phenomenal. I couldn't be more excited about that and be in that community and ready to help them serve, especially with the 7th coming in. So what a great conversation with Charlotte.
Absolutely.
We are joined this segment by Mr. John Warwick, who has been with us for quite a while, not so much on the traditional higher education academic side, but on the continuing education side. So perhaps folks that already have an undergraduate degree or not, who are looking to expand their skill set or maybe gain some new knowledge, new skills in several fields. And John is the director for those types of services at Troy and Fort Walton Beach. Welcome, John.
Thank you. Glad to be here.
It's great to have you here. I know that one of the core things you do for our continuing education piece focuses on Microsoft and CompTIA A and some of the courses that really get someone ready to be an engineer of those types of systems. Tell us a little bit about your core services in that area.
With the Microsoft courses, our class is an 18-week course, which gives us an opportunity to cover primarily 4 subjects. We cover A+, Security+, Windows 7, and Server 2008, and we cover primarily the infrastructure piece, the network infrastructure. The goal is to take someone who has some to maybe even little knowledge and to bring them up to an area that they could be very successful in this career. Now, there's no miracle drug to make them super spectacular, but to give them the knowledge and some hands-on experience is most definitely the first start. So what we do initially is that we take the bare bones, the simplicity of how a computer works. We talk about the inside and how the outside works together. And then eventually we get the part where they literally take computers down to the bare bones and begin to build them back up so they actually get the chance to touch and feel. How many people are afraid to look inside their computer?
Me.
Oh. Got 2 right here.
And to change the simple things that's so easy to do. One of the things I tell the students is knowledge is power. You knowing about these things can make, obviously, a chance for you to be successful in business or career. So we start with simple things as adding memory, which to me seems so easy, but we know people go to locations to pay to get these things installed.
That's right.
So we try to work with the simple things to take someone who has concerns or fear of how to touch the insides of a computer and not be afraid to mess with that. After we deal with that piece, we work with the operating system, the installation, and work toward that as well as with the troubleshooting piece. Problems that we have with some people is trying to get them to grasp how to fix things. If something's broke, what's the first thing you do? And what I love about our courses is that we're capable of working with a student who may have never thought that realm and to start thinking outside of the box going, okay, if this is what's happening, where should I go first?
Right.
See, getting a degree or getting a certification will show you have knowledge, but now we got to go the next step to make you capable of doing that job in real life. So what I do throughout this course is I will put them on the spot. I will put questions and situations on the board, and we have to go and ask, what would you do in this situation? I have to make them think that way, because if they don't, now we got a problem.
That's right.
So with that, I will get them on the realm of trying to go with the first step at the beginning. And then I'll do crazy things like sabotage the classroom.
Oh,
and they'll come in and I'll say, the classroom is broke, fix it. And so each one has a problem, and they're going to have to sit there, and it could be something as simple as an unplug on the back of a monitor, which can happen. Or the colors on your screen are backwards, or your taskbar is on the right instead of at the bottom. Simple things that we're going to get questions all the time when they call going, okay, I can't figure out how to move my taskbar back to the bottom. How do I do it? So I put them in the spot so they have to play this role. Later on, we cover the things that you have to know, especially when it comes to getting the certifications, because that's one of the reasons that people take this course, to get certified in this area. Binary is one of the most scary coverages of the course ever. To convert What we see every day as words that we type in the URL and make it go into a TCP IP number and then convert it to a binary that the whole world understands. And when they hear binary, they just sit there with this look.
Yeah.
The one that I'm sitting here with right now.
Yeah. So I have to kind of bring them up to this level to understand what is binary. I have taken so many courses in the past before I ever became the chance to be an instructor. And each place I've gone to, when I was going to school big time in Michigan and the few courses I've taken here, they do a good job. They talk about it. But one thing they don't do is repetition.
Sure.
If you don't do something over and over again, you forget it quickly.
That's so
true.
true.
And that's the concern. And binary is such an important, vital, necessary means of understanding how the network works. That is the foundation of the internet. So if we don't understand how that piece works, we're not going to be able to go from point A to point B. So the course that I've taken in the past, they'll kind of give you this real quick coverage of how this is, how to convert this number to a binary, and then figure out how many hosted networks that you have out of it, and that's it.
The brass tacks.
Oh,
the
yeah.
math.
Then you forget it all. 15 minutes later, you're thinking about something else, you forgot your name. All those things happen, so you're trying to get back and remember what it is covered. So what I do is I beat it up. Man, they hate me. I tell them to bring caffeinated drinks, that kind of stuff to make yourself to keep in tune with this. And then we cover it hard. And I think what some schools may forget is you got to do it over and over again. So I hit it. So every time we switch to a different course, we're going to talk about binary. I want them to be able at the end to be able to remember what binary is and how to get there.
Sure.
Especially if they get into other career fields like Cisco. The whole thing is based on that. I don't want them to struggle and have to start from scratch if they continue on with those kind of courses. So it's important to me to make sure that they have not only learned the knowledge, had some experience, but also be able to do it again at the end of class. I have required tests in order for them to pass this course. That's obvious. I have a test that happens during the A+ certification, and the tests are very similar to what the real test would be. I want them to know what they're about to get into when they take these certifications.
Sure.
The second one goes into the Windows 7, and of course it's a different film because the way CompTIA provides exams is different from Microsoft. You go from more or less multiple choice to scenarios and sometimes labs. And then finally we get into the actual Server 2008. This is what I like about our course. It's one thing to pass a test on a piece of paper and get it in and receive, yay, 100. But another thing is, can you do it? So my last exam is completely practical. I put them on the spot. I said, you're going to build an enterprise. You have to create a business. You have to create your clients, the employees themselves. You have to create what type of jobs they do. We have to build groups that they're assigned to, as well as the groups that are going to be connected to the locations they have to get access to. So then I'll say you'll have to be able to access certain files over here on this side. These people have to be able to get into it and read only. These people have to get into it and be able to make changes. And so I have to have them start from building this design, applying it on the actual class, and I want to come behind them. I say, now, okay, let me show me. Log in as this particular person. Show me how it works. Now, show me you can't do it as this person. And they have to perform this. What does that do? This is everyday work. Yeah, it's one thing to reset passwords. But when you actually have to do these other things, I want to see them do it. And if they can't, then they're not passing my class. And we're going to stay late. And we're going to be able to figure this out to make it happen. So in this class, what I'm trying to do is to take someone who has hopefully a decent amount of knowledge, because I don't want just anyone to walk in who can all you do is move the mouse, but to be able to have some decent knowledge and to be able to go up to the point that they are comfortable with installing server, building clients, giving them proper access what they can and can't do, setting up rules. Can they change their wallpaper? Can they change the time? Because there's policies in businesses that says you can and can't. When your CEO walks up and says this is what they are allowed or not allowed to do, can you do it?
Right.
And so putting on your paper saying I have experience in Server 2008, and then when they actually, how interviews are becoming now, they make you perform this during your interview.
Absolutely.
It's not just, do you have it, let me see pasteboard. I want to put you on the spot. I want you to do it now and watch them freak. So this is to get them comfortable of doing the real world stuff. So when they finish this course, my goal is that they will be able to be confident when they apply for courses to be able to explain DNS, DHCP, and these things that they're going to be asking questions about. Obviously, they're going to learn a lot at the real job, but I got to get them qualified to get the job they're looking for.
Sure.
The certifications are a big deal because there is a requirement that the government and the military and businesses that are contracted to work with them are saying you must have.
Yes,
Okay.
I've heard something about this. I know there's the Department of Defense is actually saying you have to perform to these levels and have certain certifications, correct?
Correct. And it's becoming more and more enforced as the deadline is coming to the requirement, and they're getting ready to make changes again. But the rules are saying that you must have some type of certification to validate that you have knowledge. And it kind of stinks for some people who've been doing this for years, have never had certifications,
Right.
and now they have to get these to keep their job.
That's right.
Then, of course, you have those who want to apply, and they're saying you can't apply unless you have these certifications.
That's right.
So there's a program, it's called the DoD 8570, and it's basically a set of rules that says what you must have bare minimums based on the business or the job that you're performing. So, for instance, if someone's just doing basic tech support, they have to have at least A+ certification, which basically is a non-gender certification that says that you're confident in the knowledge of the inside and the outside of the box and the operating systems and the troubleshooting techniques.
Right.
If you're looking at a management position, then you have to have the next level, which is Security Plus. And Security Plus goes into the management knowledge of what we can and can't do, both in physical as well as online security pieces. So both of those combined really meets majority of most DoD 8570 needs.
That's great.
Here's the twist. The new, rumors, upcoming DoD 8570 coming out is now they're going to want you to be certified in the operating system that you're working in.
Wow.
Okay, here's the problem. So now they're working really hard to get these certifications. They're not easy to pass. They're tough tests.
Yeah,
if they were
rigor.
easy, everybody would have it, right?
Right.
So they're tough tests. So what they're having to do is get these accomplished. Yay! Now, the problem is they're going to come out with this new thing, and now they have to continue
New.
taking other
That's right.
courses. So this is what's cool about our class. We're getting them DoD 8570 currently. And if the changes that we're hearing are going to happen, they're already prepared for the upcoming.
That's wonderful.
So they're getting both.
You know what I love about it too? Because what I hear from you and what I know we do in our continuing education programs is really address employability, not checking the box, which not only for the student, but for our community is so phenomenal because our hiring managers, our CEOs, our small businesses, our large businesses, our contractors, the Department of Defense that we work so closely with, they can count on our product.
Absolutely.
And weaving ourselves into the fabric to that level really makes us, the go-to person for continuing education, certainly in the IT field. And I know that there's a range of other things that we do, but the excitement level with which you and our other folks and instructors in the continuing ed piece approach it, I couldn't be more proud, quite frankly. And I love that you joined us today. I love that you provided us a little perspective on what someone might experience in a Microsoft CompTIA / DoD 8570 information technology continuing ed piece with Troy. And I appreciate you coming in and giving us a little slice, a little snapshot of what they can really expect.
Thank you.
I really appreciate it. Well, it's been lovely having John. It was lovely having Charlotte.
Yes, it
and
was.
we will have another exciting show for you next month. Thank you so much for joining us for Troy University's Community Connection. We'll see you next time.